in your chat box.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Jen. How are you?
Oksana, how are you doing today?
Good. Good.
Oh, so I'm excited to talk to you. I talked to Michael S. O'Hara, who directed the movie earlier today, and of course, we talked about you. All good things, of course. So I watched the movie today. I told him because I watched it this morning because I wanted it to be like super fresh in my mind when I saw it. You, ma'am, are legit badass. Let me just say that. We'll get that out of the way. We'll just clear the air right now. I'm going to tell my fans all that too. So let's talk about you have an interesting life. You're a model and then now you're transitioning into these hardcore action movies. Talk about transitioning from that lifestyle into this lifestyle to start off.
Well, actually, I didn't transition. I always kind of went back and forward with
Okay.
as a child, I kind of grew up in movie trailers because my father is in the film industry, used to be. He passed away, and I was just like that baby of a film. You know, we knew lots of directors and actors, and I remember I just naturally always wanted to be an actress. You can, like, if you see my baby pictures, I will be wearing wigs or pretending like I am a singing now. I am
Mhm.
now an act, and then I would want to be an extra in those, like when I'm talking like when I'm 8 and 10, so I like to be an extra in those films. And then I actually learned a few films back in Ukraine, but back then, it was the 2000s, and the money was not there. They stopped making all the productions, and the film industry just slowly was diminishing. I just went to modeling because the situation was so bad. So I just decided, okay, probably the next best thing would be probably making money as a model. And model scouted me, model agency, I'm sorry, in Japan. Then I had this in Italy and Germany. So I had doing lots of that. And then I started returning back to acting. And then it was always sort of back and forward. And I always loved acting more. I feel like I can express myself through acting more. It's my home. That's what I want to do. It's sort of like not that many opportunities where back a few years ago. Now it's definitely a lot more for diversity and people, with accents and different cultures. I'm so happy that, that all these actors now, can have more opportunity. So yeah, so this is kind of my long short story.
Well, that's awesome. So let's talk about Dominique. So again, that comes out next week. So now here's the thing. I was looking on your IMDb page, and there's a short movie that you had done with Mike called Rise of the Phoenix. Now you have the same name as you do in this movie. Did it culminate from that? Because it says that this comes from a story that you developed. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's actually was the short that was created for the film Rise Phoenix, the Dominique Rise of the Phoenix, which was original screenplay.
Okay.
And yeah, me and Michael, we decided to shoot the short film, and it was actually very, very, very good short film, but that was designed to raise money for production.
It was a proof of concept. Short is
So,
what it was. Right.
right. And it was very hard because it's just a big film. It's action, and action's always lots of money, more money. You need to find all these locations, and it's just way too big. And yeah, so that was the story of that short film. And
Okay, so yeah, so let's talk about Dominique now. So now I like these types of movies that are coming out, especially recently, like within the last few years or so, like the trained assassin, the anti-hero or heroine. They're jaded. They've had this hard life. They essentially kill people for a living, but then having a crisis of conscience, whether a case may be, well, be a child or something. Here it's a family. Well, a man that you meet, and have started. Well, it's a short relationship, but then his family, his sister and kids and everything. So talk about what what Dominique brings to this genre of, because of the assassin, going from, like essentially, because you're a bad person probably, and then now it's like, because you're hard, like at first you don't want to give these none of this family the time of day or anything, but then they start you start to transition and everything. So talk about that.
Yes, thank you. That's a really good point because that's the arc in character
Yep.
that I really love, and that is she has her backstory that we are not tapping right now in this film, and I love the mystery of her, like her being this enigma, and everybody is just curious and who is she, and maybe not even taking her seriously, like at the bar scene or
Hmm.
they just totally adore her, and she doesn't want to do anything with kids because he doesn't like kids, right? It's sort of like Leon the professional, right? In the Luc Besson film, when he meets the little Matilda, and the little bit you have glimpse of that theme is that she is a complete anti-hero. She's hardcore. She is very, very dangerous, and then she puts in the situation with a sweet family and kids and pregnant lady delivering a baby. It's totally she's out of her world. Although she came to finish with her past. That's why she buries those guns because she's finished. She wants to start, but she doesn't. She didn't want to go with the family. She wants just to be alone, probably, and just enjoy the sunset somewhere. Now these kids come along, so slowly they found a way to her heart, and she start opening up. And she doesn't like, why do I need to do this? This is not natural for me. I need to stay out of trouble, and they develop bond. She develops bond with Maria. It actually happens so fast, right? In the movie, it's only like a few days, and this is what Michael is brilliant about it. That when I watched the first time the complete film, like you'd really make this people, the audience, you probably will make them fall in love with every single actor. How did you do this? In like in 20 minutes, you fall in love with all the characters in the film. And that's, I think, the beauty of this film. That's why this film is so special because of that. Of those characters. They're so opposite in opposite world, and they meet in this small town corrupted by a police chief.
Right. So again, when I was talking to Michael earlier today, of course, I was talking about the action sequence, of which there are many in this one. But I think the biggest one is when the bad guys assault the house where the family lives, and you essentially go into one woman army mode, and like, so talk about doing the action sequences. Is it in your wheelhouse? Is this like, yeah, this is what I love to do, get dirty, do some fight choreography, stab some guys with knives and stuff like that. So talk about doing the action sequence, especially that scene. That was the best scene ever.
That was the best scene. That was especially the way it combines with the Maria and her together. It was something really special. But talking about the preparation, that was my favorite scene as well. And I've been preparing for that scene in Los Angeles with my stunt coordinators, James Liu and
Yes.
Smith. James Liu and Bill Smith, both of them, such a nice guys, but being who they are, James Liu is the sweetest person in the world, and I accidentally met him in a gym of Eric the Trainer gym, and we talk about it, and he just we connected. His wife also, was there, and she's just like, James, why don't you, help her? And he said, okay. And then it was incredible. I mean, I'm so thankful. It's just to be trained by masters like that, Sifu, it's the probably dream of any martial artist, really. And he enjoyed it too. He just, okay, he come up with this little thing, and this and that. And the voice, it's actually his idea, the voice. He says, you know what, I like what you do just now. Do that more. This is you create your own sound. Like, okay. Which sound do you think? Try this, try that. Oh, he said that one. Did it? So it was a tiger or whatever, something. The wild lioness. Oh, yes. And then Love it too, James. So it was a fun process. It was a long process. But we brought all the choreography to Colombia, and then they had another team there, and it was shot in 2 days.
Mm.
And started raining. I'm like, oh my God, it started raining on top of it, with everything we have. And Michael, perfect, perfect. I'm like, perfect. And I wanted to do myself, particularly that fight. It was just something I was proud of. And camera is waist up anyway, so it's mostly my face, and I just went out loud.
Well, it was well done. Like I said, that like I was watching that saying, I was like, it's just one of those scenes that like you want to go back and watch right away because it was so well executed. Then when I saw when James Lou, I'm a fan of James Lou from way back to the '90s and everything. So I was like, okay, there you go. There's why I gravitated towards it. Now, the poster of you back there, the artwork for you with Dominique. Now, did you channel her after like because I got like Linda Hamilton vibes from Terminator, Sigourney Weaver from Aliens. Did you channel any like those type of individuals in your role as because she's got that quality, where they what they had, back in those movies back in the day.
I definitely, she has a combination of all of those characters. This probably this new character is something modern days that definitely was inspiration for me for sure. Um, she has this a bit darker, more darker and deeper tones, and I like to explore her more. I can't wait, maybe if it's a sequel, to even experiment what else I can do with this character, because I love there's so much you can do with her. And thank you for telling me. Those are the icons. It's a big compliment. Yes.
Actually, and watching the movie, even watching the trailer, I was like, "Oh yeah, this is what they're going for," and I'm all on board for it. I got just a couple more minutes with you, so I'm just going to wrap up with one more question. So you mentioned because Michael said the same thing because I don't want to give anything away, but it does it leaves the story open and Dominique's story open for future installments where I was like, yeah, I'm all for it. As many as you want to do with Dominique, I'm good. Where would you like to see her go? From now that like she's gone from this assassin to now she's cared for somebody or other people. Like, where would you like to see her go from here on in other installments?
It, it's interesting that it's few people interviews today, they are so probably excited. I'm so excited to hear that, because people start giving ideas.
Yes.
The other person, she was just giving me some ideas. She's probably should be like this and this like this, and I'm like taking the notes. Um, you will see. It's actually it's all written.
Oh.
Uh, and it's very exciting. She starts in a church, she's being in disguise and having a bit, the personality, because she's hiding who she is more deeper than in this film. And don't want to give away the secret of a next film.
Oh no, absolutely, I totally get it. So, Oksana, I just want to thank you for your time. Like I said, I love the movie, and talking to you and Michael today have been really great to get behind the scenes of all the great stuff. I mean, we're gonna have to start calling you Action Star, in front of your name now, because like I said, like you've arrived, it was kind of weird because like you've done other things before, but then in this movie it said introducing. I was like, she's done other like, but I kind of get it. It's like, yes, this is like your coming out party to like doing the action movies and everything, and I'm all for it. So,
Right, I am reborn again.
so yeah, so like I said, thank you so much. Good luck with everything. Hopefully, like again, if you do more, we'll get to chat more in the future about this.
I would love to it makes me feel so good when you're so excited about this film, and thank you.
Oh, no worries. Like I said, again, my review will come out next week. And I said this came out of nowhere for me. Like, I wasn't like I think I remembered it like doing like something for it, like way back when it was announced, but then I got the trailer for it. I was like, wow, okay, this is right in my wheelhouse, and fans are gonna love it. Fans are gonna love you. And like I said, you got the Sigourney Weaver, Linda Hamilton thing going, but you do it in your own way, and it's just like I told Michael, chef's kiss. I was like, it's like this. It's a hard movie to watch though. Like I said, it's not a happy movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it makes you feel something, and that's what Michael and I had talked about too. So thank you so much, and hopefully fans enjoy it as much as I did.
Yeah, and thank you so much. You're the first audience, so that's why it's like so important to hear that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, you have a great rest of the day, Oksana, and like I said, I can't wait for people to see it. So good luck and continued success.
Thank you.
All right, bye bye.